happening. It's here. It's tomorrow. You ready, Taylor?
Dude, fucking made it. Finally. It's been forever.
I'm just glad Khabib's on weight, and we are.
Yeah.
It's just waiting now, you know. Like
yeah, him and Conor both made weight. Khabib made 55, and Conor came at 54.5.
See, I liked what Dana said last night. For me, I'm the same way. Weigh-ins and fight. I don't need these press conferences, you know. Get me to Friday, get me to Saturday. I'm good to watch.
Yeah. I like the press conferences, but the last two, which is the main event, has just been kind of weird. Normally they do the main event and the co-main event, or they do like the big blowout ones. So the last two, with just Conor and Khabib, it's just not that cool. Like, I like when they have a lot more fighters. Like, I think Tony Ferguson should have walked in that shit with his belt and just crashed it. It would have been hilarious.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that, man. I love Tony, and that's something he would do too, right? Like,
yeah, I tell you, I'm surprised he didn't. Like, just walking with his belt and like, this is the first time in the UFC that 3 different fighters have a legitimate claim to a title, and they all just happen to bring their belts and carry them around this whole week.
See, I wish Conor would have defended at least once, and it would have been more like credible to his claim of being champ. But you can't take away the king's belt. You got to beat the king, right? So
yeah, that's enough that everyone goes off of, is that Khabib didn't beat Conor, but then he got stripped. But then Tony got stripped but he got injured. So Tony technically has a championship, and then Khabib beat Al, and then nobody beat Conor. So like all 3 of them legitimately have a claim to a title.
Well, at least
it's crazy.
At least we're on like the right track to determining who is the rightful owner of that belt.
Yeah, finally been like a year, and we're finally in October getting some closure on half of it.
Well, at least we're gonna get it on like the biggest stage, right? This is one of the biggest fights we are probably gonna see. I think personally, I want to see Tony Conor. I think that would be like the next big fight we could see.
Yeah.
You know, because the UFC's searching, right? It's same with boxing. Like, with Canelo, Triple G, once that's over, you got Fury and Wilder. You know, so they're just reaching for these big fights. So we got to appreciate them while they're here.
Yeah, I wanted Tony and Conor since Tony beat Kevin Lee.
See, I wanted Tony and Conor, but personally, I wanted the Khabib Tony to set up winner versus, like we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
But to me, that's the fight. You know, I want to see those two. I know it's cursed.
That fight's been scheduled 5 times, and then every single time something happened.
Right, like that's so weird. Like you would never think something like that would happen.
Yeah, like that many times. Like 3 times, like I get it, but 5 times.
That's like a round, right? So that's a round we've missed out on.
And then, like, the last 2 times was scheduled the same year, and then someone got injured the same day. It was April Fool's Day last year, where Tony someone got sick or something like that. And then this year on April Fool's, Tony got injured.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, it's this fight game. It's a different breed, right? Like now, back in the day, you never see people pull out as much as we do now. It's just so crazy.
Yeah.
But who are you going with as we record this podcast? Who are you sitting at?
I got Conor.
Conor, yeah. I think I'm going to go that way too. It's been flipping back and forth, but he's swayed my opinion with those press conferences. And
then there's the things that we don't have answers to. Like we've never seen Khabib tested. We've never seen Khabib perform under the pressure that is going to be on him on Saturday. I've seen Conor do it. I've seen Conor do it multiple times. And like no one knows. Like what happens when Khabib gets tired and he slows down and it's in the 3rd or 4th round and Conor's still there. No one knows how he's going to react. I've seen Conor react. I know how Conor's going to react when he's down on the scorecard. He has to come back against like Diaz or against Chad Mendes. But no one's ever seen what happens when Khabib, because Khabib's so used to winning, what happens when he starts to lose? What does that do to him mentally? What does it do to him physically? It's a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to Khabib, and I've seen Conor under those conditions. I know how he acts.
See, I've been a firm believer on, like, once that chin has been tested, like, I go back to the Ronda Miesha Tate fight, number 2 in the UFC, and Ronda got rocked a little bit. So, and then I'm like, ooh, any striker is it's gonna put Ronda down. Sure enough, Holly Holm, boom. So, like, I've seen the little chinks in Khabib's armor with that Michael Johnson fight. he got hit. He's lucky he had that wrestling to.
Yeah.
So, but
and Al, when he fought Al Quinta was hitting him too.
Yeah. Well, you're fighting Conor, so if you get hit by one of those, like if you're gonna let Michael Johnson and Al hit you, you can't let Conor do that because it will be another Aldo.
Khabib has no setups when he like Conor said, he dives for legs. He doesn't dive for legs like in the way Conor said. There is no setup. He just goes for the takedown. He doesn't set up with strikes, and when he does, his chin is straight in the air. He has no head movement. He has no footwork. He just dives for a takedown. And if Conor can catch him, like he caught Aldo, like it's over.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker for me, man. I always love that's. I wish the fight would have went a little bit longer than 13 seconds, man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I picked Aldo in that at the weigh-ins because he just looked ready, and I was like, okay, Aldo's got this. And then, he gets swept in 13 seconds.
Well, I was mad that fact that, like, Conor wasn't the champ and he was grabbing the belt. Like, that's the only time I've ever disagreed on something Conor's ever did. Like, to me, that you can't, if you're the challenger, you can't touch that belt until it's wrapped around your waist. So, that's the only time I've ever disagreed on something Conor's done, but...
No, that was hilarious. In Dublin, steals that man's belt.
He does what he does, man. He is a crazy man, but I can't wait, man. It's going to be a big fight. We got a contest going for our fans. So we've had a few people send in their picks. And we'll definitely, at the end of this podcast, we'll definitely have them say who they have. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to add, Taylor? We're keeping this quick because we can't really say much until that cage is locked behind them.
Yeah, I just hope, nothing happens between now and fight time. Again, as you never know in this game. I've seen fights fall apart, hours before the event. I need this one to fall. I need this one. I need it.
It's all about that positive thinking. I'm thinking it's going to happen. So what did Bisping say? You believe it, you can achieve it.
Yeah. The best part about this is if something does happen, we do have a solid backup plan in Tony Ferguson, which no one's going to be mad at.
Oh no, man! Even I would prefer that fight. I'm more of a Tony fan than Khabib, so I'd rather see that.
Tony's my boy. Tony to me is the best 155-pound fighter in the world. Like that, he's the number one. That's him. He's won 10 in a row. He's fought multiple top 5, top 3 guys. Khabib's fought one top 5 or 2 top 5 guys. Michael Johnson at the time. And then Edson Barbosa. But Edson Barbosa was already broken from fighting Tony. Tony tapped him out. And everyone that Khabib couldn't finish, Tony did.
That was a crazy war with Barbosa and Tony. So I think Tony, his losses make him better. You always find those fighters that have a loss, but then they come back and just they just
nowadays, if you say to someone who hasn't followed the sport closely that Michael Johnson beat Tony Ferguson, they'd smack you in the mouth. Like, what do you mean? Like, that would never happen today. Yeah. But it happened. Michael Johnson did that.
I had to go back and look at that
Tony's
fight.
so good, you just wouldn't even think about that.
So, well, we made it, man. Thanks for joining us today, right? We'll definitely have our staff picks out there for you guys. We'll be posting that up early tonight. And have a listen to our fans and who they pick. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, my lovelies over at One Up MMA? This is your girl, Carrie Cat, a.k.a. Kitty Cat. Just wanted to give you my prediction for UFC 229, Khabib versus Conor. Basically, I see it Khabib, a straight-up fucking mauling. I don't think Conor stands a chance unless he comes out, hits Khabib with a straight-up left, knocking him fucking unconscious and basically killing him. So, I'm going with Khabib all the way with a straight-up mauling. Keep up the great work. Love you guys. Mwah. Kitten kisses.
What's up, guys? Sleeping Giant here from MMA Bug Podcast. Want to give a quick shout out to One Up MMA. You guys rock. And as far as this Khabib versus Conor, I keep changing my mind a lot. But you know what? After seeing that last face-off, that whole stiffness in Khabib, I'm thinking that Khabib has a lot of anxiety built up. And I think he's going to be delayed. He's going to be behind. And you can't be like that when you fight a guy like Conor. With all that precision, that countering, Conor's going to be right there in bait zone. He's going to bait him. He's going to reach or he's going to throw a hand and try to set up a takedown. And boom! I'm telling you guys right now, and not necessarily because I'm a Conor fan or not, even though I'm a fan of both guys, Conor got this. It's going to be an early night, first or second round knockout. Conor McGregor will be the champ again. And then he's going to go up and, fight like DC or somebody. Peace out, guys.
Hi, this is Keegan Simpson For UFC 229, I'm picking Conor McGregor by second round knockout. Reason being, I think he has enough to be able to stop the takedowns of Khabib and also keep the distance and just utilize his striking and just completely bomb out Khabib. We'll see you on October 6th. Best of luck.
My name is Joe Gibbons. I'm picking Conor McGregor because he's the better fighter. That's it.
Hey guys, it's BJ from No Filter MMA. I just want to give my prediction on Conor versus Khabib, UFC 229. Gonna have to go with Khabib. I think that his ground and pound and his wrestling is gonna be too much for Conor, but it's gonna be a great fight. Make sure you watch.
So I feel my pick would probably have to go with Khabib, more so because if Conor doesn't necessarily finish it in the early rounds, I just have a feeling even when it gets to the third, he might just tire out a little bit. I mean, we've seen it. And as far as Khabib, I mean, it's no surprise that he's going to go for that takedown and kind of keep you down and keep the pressure. He's not going to give Conor any room. It's crazy because we all know Conor McGregor being someone who's very exceptional with timing. He can kind of catch you at different angles. He has extreme knockout power, but I don't think Khabib is going to give him room for any of that. So I really hope going into this fight, it's the impression, but however, this fight is going to be very fun. It's a classic, someone who uses a lot of ground game versus just standing on their feet. So game plan does matter. I don't really see the fight going to a decision at all. But also it would just be nice to see the division move a little bit forward. So my choice is Khabib 100%.
My name is David Reed, and I believe Conor McGregor is going to beat Khabib in the second round by knockout.